Yo,
Yes.
what's up, guys? I pray that you're all doing well. My name is JoKa, and today is a blessed day. I mean, every day's a blessed day, but today I'm joined by one of the best Tekken content creators, the main man. I've been watching this guy for so long, and of course, he's one of the Mishima goats. And I mean, I can't get over what he's done for the Tekken community. It does sound like I'm glazing, but honestly, I do appreciate everything he's done for the Tekken community. Main man, how are you, bro? Talk to me, man.
I'm doing great, JoKa. Thanks. And it's an honor to finally be on your show, talk to you. I can't believe this is the first time we talk. I'm doing great because I'm playing Tekken 8 daily. No, but I'm good, and I hope you're doing well, man.
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I really appreciate you joining me in this video. Of course, we're going to be talking about the Mishimas, and I thought, who else could I get on? None other than the main man, you know?
No, it's my pleasure, and I think we're in a very interesting spot right now. To be honest, with Tekken 8 Mishimas, I kind of like them more than I like most characters in this game. But I mean, I've always been a Mishima guy. But in terms of their balancing, their identity and everything, I really like them, and I think Reina is like the coolest newcomer ever to Tekken. And I'm super interested in hearing your takes on them.
Yeah, I think we might have some interesting takes. I think the way I think about Mishimas is going to be very different, maybe to the way you think about Mishimas. I'm really interested to hear your takes, though. So, yeah, I guess we should get straight into it.
Yes. And I believe you wanted to order them, like, was it a tier list position of like S, A, B, right?
Yep, that's correct. So we're going to have 3 tiers, S, A, and B. And we'll just talk about the character, their risk reward. I think we're talking about risk reward is so important, their strengths, their weaknesses, maybe even matchups potentially. But we don't want to dive too much into matchups, I think. Just overall character strength, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
And did we include Jin in this?
Yes, we did include Jin. I think we had to include Jin, you know? I feel like if we only speak about Heihachi, Reina, Kazuya, and Devil Jin, I think it'd be a bit boring.
I agree. It's fun to throw him in there, especially how different he is compared to Seven. But I typically throw Jin in. I feel like as soon as he had an electric, that launches on normal hit, he has Hell Sweep, forward 3, Wave Dash. I feel like, he's a very all-round character, but he basically is a Mishima now. It's like in Tekken 6, that was the last time his electric needed a counter to launch, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Or maybe Tag 2. Yeah, Tag 2. Tekken 7, it launches on normal hit. As soon as, Tekken 7 came around, I feel like he is a Mishima now. Yeah.
Alright, no worries then. I guess let's just get straight into it. So the first character we're going to be talking about is Heihachi. Now, I've seen you play Heihachi a lot. I also play Heihachi a lot. Maybe I'll let you talk about Heihachi first, then I'll give you my take. I think it's interesting as well because we both have different perspectives. Like, you obviously stream a lot, you make content, and I've also competed in a lot of tournaments, but now I also make content and stream. So I'm interested to hear what you think. How come you're laughing?
You're also a scrap man now. You're just a fucking YouTuber, Joe. No street cred anymore. You don't compete. You're a bum like me.
I'm washed, yeah.
Fucking washed, yeah. Yeah. I can start on Heihachi. Yeah, it was interesting. We talked about Tekken 7 versus Tekken 8 Heihachi. I think Tekken 8 Heihachi is in a really weird spot. I think, again, we're gonna disagree on things, but I think he is the best Mishima now. I think he's followed by Jin. I think the standout things about him was Heat Smash, but again, doesn't wall splat anymore. That's been nerfed, thank God. That was OP as fuck. The Flash Punch is a really big deal, in my opinion. Wall splatting 1-1-2, where 1-1 is -5. I think also down forward 1-2, I know you will agree here, is one of his best buttons. Being a, 30 damage natural that heals him. Completely safe, unless they step. There are some mind games there. I believe it can also be power crushed, right?
Yeah.
So that's very strong. And then he has very high combo damage. He has very good wall travel. He has some guard breaks that are very strong and obnoxious. But then it basically comes down to Warrior Instinct for me. How he has 3 tokens, he pops Warrior, and now he's arguably top 1. He's super fucking bullshit. There's no health recovery on the opponent, no gray health, every damage is permanent. He has a safe health sweep, 12 frame launch. He has a safe hidden omen. You know how he is in Raijin stance, he presses 1 and he does the Thunder God Fist there, and now suddenly it's safe on block and it breaks armor and can't be parried. It beats Sabaki's, it just beats everything. The Warrior Instinct is unbelievably stupid. He can just transform by the 3rd round, and he doesn't technically get a round for free because it's still Tekken 8. Lydia can still pop heat and make it so that you can't do anything, but it's still like unbelievably dumb. But I think the character in general struggles with tracking. I think it's hard trying to shut down with, like, you know, back 4, sidewalk left, or maybe forward 3 for sidewalk right. His homing moves like up forward 4, back 3, 3 leave quite a bit to be desired. Rao Frost, like forward 1 plus 2, is a nice neutral button though. Like I think he is arguably the strongest Mishima, but I see a lot of shortcomings on the character, and I think his only low is single health sweep, like CD4 to get +8 there into mind games. So I think he's very strong. I think he's like top 10 on the tier list, even with the nerfed Heat Smash. I think he's probably is the best Mishima, but he has shortcomings. I think he's a little bit clunky. I think his stances can be option selected for the most part, outside of, like, you know, Heat Smash on block. It's still a disgusting mix there for Raijin stance. It's like +10 into mix. If you hold back 2, you know, Rashomon, full hold on block, you also achieve at +10, I think, or like +8. But the character has shortcomings, but he's undoubtedly very strong, and he's probably the best Mishima, so I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I agree with most of what you said. I think he's by far the best Mishima. I don't think he has too many weaknesses. I think his lows are great. I mean, I think Damn Back 3 is a good low. Single health sweep, good. I think stance low is good, even though it's minus. I think it's good. Stance options, ridiculous. I think they can be option selected, but of course, if you delay your timing, you can still catch people trying to option select or stepped up and so on. Heat Smash, insane. Punishment, ridiculous. Warrior Instinct, I'm so surprised. Has it been nerfed? I don't think Warrior Instinct it guarantees a free round like a lot of these scrubs say on the internet. I think you still have to play Tekken, and of course you have to fight some of the other cancer side of Tekken, like some of the other characters like Lydia and so on, when you have Warrior's Instinct. But yeah, I don't see no weaknesses. I think forward 3 tracking to his weak side is ridiculous. I feel like people do not talk about this enough. I feel like it's only me and Kudons that talk about it. I think I don't know why they increased the tracking of forward 3. I liked it when you had to think about moves or certain moves to use in a situation to track people down. But the problem with Heihachi in Tekken 8, even his down forward 1 is insane. Like, I can't get over how good his down forward 1 is, honestly. Like, down forward 1-2, down forward 1-1, and of course the different charges and so on. Ridiculous. And even down forward 1 on its own, I know it's -5, but it has hesitation frames, meaning people are automatically going to think about, oh, is he going to do down forward 1-1? Is he going to do down forward 1-2 no charge? Is he going to do down forward 1-2 blue sparks? Is he going to do down forward 1-2 full charge? Like, it's the mind game behind it is just insane. I didn't like his down forward 1 to begin with, but the more I played with it, honestly, it's just insane, man, what his down forward 1 can do to people. It literally makes them just freeze up, and it's one of the main moves I use in neutral to track people down, because I see a lot of people just stepping to the right, but like, if you just slightly delay your down forward 1, like, Tekken's all about timing, right? If you just slightly delay something, it's going to catch them. And even if people do try and step in a situation where they can step, where they're not like -5 and so on, like, down forward 1 will track. Like, I've played against Lily a lot with Heihachi, and honestly, like, down forward 1 is the main move. I use down forward 1 and forward 3. It's just insane, man.
No, down forward 1 is absolutely one of his go-to best buttons. It is pretty absurd. But then, you know, with the forward 3 tracking, you notice this on quite a few characters, well, in Tekken 8, that absolutely, clearly, they meant it so that this move tracks right, this move tracks left. We've done that on purpose on plenty of Tekken 8 characters. So back 4 on Heihachi, if we try and do the typical sidewalk left that a lot of people do against Mishimas, you back 4 and it hard counters that. And forward 3 hard counters step right. But I agree with you that forward 3 is a very strong button. So if you have good reads on how your opponent likes moving, you shut it down immediately. And then I agree, I probably shouldn't have said Hell Sweep. I think Hell Sweep by far is his best low. But I agree that Wind God Kame 4 the Stomp is very good. And then down back 3 obviously is the lower risk low. Also super good to have. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but just the fact that Heihachi has that is really strong.
I do think like in neutral as well, he has like a ton of moves that he can use. Like back 2 for instance is insane. It's +2 or +1 in this game. And of course you can also do the Just Frame Blue Sparks. Like there's just so many different ways to play Heihachi in Tekken 8, which is why I think he's the strongest he's ever been. You know, you can play defensive, his punishment is still insane. They even gave him a 15 frame from while standing launcher, you know. Forward 1 +2 standing is insane. Down forward 1 2, down forward 4 2 as well. Insane button as well. Like I feel like he legit has everything, but I do still think he is a bit hard to play. Like in tournaments, it is very tricky. Like at the higher skill level, of course, right? It's very hard to play Heihachi, but of course you can still win with Heihachi. You can still make him work, but of course it requires more effort as opposed to other characters.
No, I get what you're saying, and again, here we disagree. I think Tekken 7 actually is stronger than this iteration of Heihachi. I think the frame data of Tekken 7 actually makes no sense. I think his Heat Smash makes no sense, and again, I know we disagree.
The Rage Drive you mean from Tekken 7?
Yeah, but I call it Heat Smash. I think it's the same thing at the end of the day, but yeah, Rage Drive. And then I think Tekken 8 actually is difficult, as you say, as you need to think once or twice in the neutral about what you do because of his tracking problems, in my opinion. I think it's by far his biggest problem, and how he typically commits a little bit more. Like you will quite rarely do down for 1 in zone because it is -5, for example. So you're more incentivized to do a follow-up. But heavy execution as well. Like, you know, still has that legacy thing where no easy 15 frame launch, right? You have to do an electric, otherwise you settle on like down for 3, 1 +2, the wall combo basically. So I do think there's a reason you only see Kudans play him in tournaments, and it's because of the difficulty, the mechanical skill involved, shortcomings in the neutral, unless you are like, you know, God's gift to Mishima, like there are probably, you know, 50 other characters you'd rather play in a tournament. Like many characters who find themselves significantly lower on a tier list will have better tournament consistency than Heihachi due to being so much more basic, right, in their strategy and in their execution. But then I wonder, is Heihachi like I think he's stronger than Jin and Reina, but I think he's probably simpler to play than Reina. And there's probably an argument to say he's simpler than Jin, but I don't know how you feel about that.
I agree with that. I don't agree with Tekken 7 Heihachi being stronger than Tekken 8. I already made a video on that.
You really don't?
I just think like Tekken 7 Heihachi, I'll keep it short and concise. I think Tekken 7 Heihachi you could move around, even though his frames don't make sense. Bro, Tekken 8 Heihachi is another beast, bro. Like, I think Tekken 8 Heihachi has it all. The mind games are just insane with the down forward 1. Like, it's hard to step Heihachi in Tekken 8. The Heat Smash, I think, shits on the Rage Drive, like, by miles. Even this Heat Smash now, with the nerfs. Insane, bro. Like, the mix-up, if you want to go for stance mix-up after, you don't have to. You can just take the plus frames and hold back. Yeah. Like, I just think Tekken 8 Heihachi is on another level, man. But I agree with most of what you said with Heihachi is better than Reina. He's easier to play than Reina. But Reina, bro, I think Reina is so slept on, man. I swear to God. I've always spoken about this character. The only reason why I stopped playing Reina is because Heihachi came out. But I think if you put in time and effort into Reina, she's a specialist character. I think she is so good, bro.
Are we on Reina now? Because you gotta let me reply to.
Okay, you can reply. Go on. Let me just put Heihachi in S tier.
A very polite rebuttal here.
No worries.
No, it's like, yeah, we're gonna see differently because you can move around against Heihachi. I'm just like, back 4 is like a flawless homing move. that has huge range, it's mid, it wall splats, safe homing on block -9, it's a countered fucking launcher. Is 1-1, but still fucking wall splats. The flash punch is -1 on block, 1-1. Like, you can move around. When he pressures you at the wall, you can't, in my opinion, you can't do a fucking thing. And his down for the 1 is -1 on block with the threat of a follow-up. Down for the 1-1, down for the 1-2, down for the 1-2 wall splats. And the down for the 1 is -1 on block, 13 frame startup, and +9 on hit. Like, in my opinion, like, this doesn't make sense. And then regarding, like, his heats, his rage drive being weaker than his current heat smash, it's like, that old rage drive, I don't even understand what it's doing in the game. Like, I agree with Arslan when he says, like, you know, I mean, I know you said the same thing, that Dragunov might be the best. He might be the best character in Season 3 of Tekken 8. But, like, the foundation of that argument is 1-2-1, which is probably his best move. It's a high mid, that's like -9 on block. Nothing you can do about it, because it is high mid. You can't duck the second hit. And then he can Twitch confirm on counter it, 1-1. And it's now a heat engager that now will wall splat from like 3 meters away with the new mechanics of Season 3 that we all love. But this sequence is also like -14 on block, I think. But just contrast this to Heihachi's Rage Drive in Tekken 7, which is also high mid, with a longer range jab, by the way. And the second mid is -2 on block. He's basically back to neutral. That second hit also tracks a lot. This is also Twitch confirmable or countered confirmable into a 50 damage launcher. This is 50 damage. It's like heat smash damage, and it's just a launch, no fucking wall. And now he picks you up with an electric, and if there's a wall, he can clear 70% of your health bar. And this sequence is +9 on block. And it's literally the most godlike G-clef you could ever imagine. It's the most good. It makes Dragunov's 1-1 look like a joke, in my opinion.
Do you really think that?
I absolutely think that.
Nah, bro.
It's a 10 frame that kills you. That's completely safe. He actually can just fart around going 1 back 2. 1 back 2, 1 back 2, and
the thing
confirm it on counter.
You can parry and you can step 1 back 2. I think 1 back 2, great button, right? It's one of the best strings. But I think, bro, Dragunov's 1-2 is like the top tier, the best, one of the best moves of all time in Tekken for me. And to go off some of the stuff you said about +9 Heihachi, like, honestly, Tekken 7, not scary. You can put me at the wall all day, Tekken 7 Heihachi. I don't care. But being at the wall against Tekken 8 Heihachi, where I'm eating a shit ton of damage, heat engages, and then after guessing after heat smash and all this shit, like, nah. I think Tekken 8 Heihachi is like the character. And I even think, I agree with you that back 4, the homing one, is better than Tekken 8 back 4. But Tekken 8 back 4, that damage, bro, holy smokes, man. It's insane. And then you're at the wall. Probably the opponent's probably popped heat as well, and then it's just another guessing game, you know, if he does heat smash, and he has great moves in heat as well. Like, I just think Heihachi in Tekken 8, like, you know, recently, right, I did a no heat set versus Kwis where we waste heat at the start of the round and then we just play without heat.
Yeah.
And bro, I think Heihachi, even he doesn't need heat. Honestly, he doesn't need Warrior's Instinct. I think his buttons in neutral are ridiculous, like down forward 1, single health sweep, forward 3, stance cancel, stuff like that. It's too good. Honestly, Heihachi is too good in my opinion. And I think Tekken 7 Heihachi doesn't even come close, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I just couldn't disagree more. I think if you put no, but seriously, if you put that move, Heihachi's Rage Drive in Tekken 7 into Tekken 8, no one would accept it. No one would accept it. It's just the most ridiculous thing. But then I do agree with you when it comes to like Tekken 8 shenanigans, like, oh, Heihachi's pressuring you at the wall, he has a guard break now. I agree with you that that's obnoxious as fuck. And you feel like, well, Heihachi is +9 in Tekken 7, who cares, what is he gonna mix me with? But at the end of the day, he mixes you with mental stress and that single hell sweep.
But I feel like you could say the same about Tekken 8 Heihachi. He does the same mental stress, and the risk reward is better in Tekken 8. That's the main thing for me, risk reward compared to Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. And in Tekken 8, it's harder to move around Heihachi. Even though Heihachi had those crazy frames in Tekken 7, you can still walk like 1 back 2. You can still step like down forward 1. Even though he has a crazy range, crazy hitbox, crazy frames, it's way easier to counter Heihachi in Tekken 7. Way easier. That's why we barely saw Heihachi besides JDCR in Season 1 and HK Jr., which is like one of God's gifts.
I just think people slept on Heihachi a lot, but I think a problem with 7 is also that the characters that are really strong, they're so beyond broken in terms of anything you've ever seen. It's like Akuma, Geese, Kuni, Noctis. They just do things you've never seen in a Tekken game. Like Tekken 8 has a lot of super broken toxic shit, but it's like the characters that were strong in 7, they operated in like a different realm. So that's, I think, why Heihachi got quite a bit overshadowed. But I don't think Tekken 7 Heihachi needs to play mix-ups the way you put it anyway, like with lows and guard breaks, because his frames were too much. I don't think he had to use lows. All he had to do was check with highs and mids with the best frames you've ever seen, and then everything kind of counter it launches. Forward 3, -2 on block, long range knee, counter it launcher, back 4, punch parry, launcher, while standing 2, is still a very good panic button in my opinion. The full crouch, while standing 2 in Tekken 8, that's a straight up launcher in Tekken 7. And then you say, he does so much damage from back 4 in Tekken 8, but like Tekken 7 actually clears monstrous amounts of damage. Or like if you ever have a bright idea of ducking him at the wall, like forward 4, there's no scaling. Forward 4, down forward 1, 2, half your health bar. But I absolutely see where you're coming from, and part of me agrees with you, but I do think you are completely wrong when it comes to the rage drive. We're gonna 100% disagree. I never want to see anything like it again in a Tekken game.
Bro, legit, I don't think that rage drive was scary, man. Legit, I think no, I'm being serious. I think legit, like, I think it's partially a skill issue. Like, it's a G clef, so you have to get countered by it.
It's a skill issue. It's a jab at a 70%.
Why are you getting countered by a jab when Heihachi has rage? Like, just hold back, legit. Like,
I don't know, JoKa. At a certain point, you're going to have to try and attack Heihachi, right?
Bro, honestly, I don't think.
But I get it. Just block. Just never stop blocking. Yeah,
but legit, like, there's no chip damage in Tekken 7, so there's not much to worry about, especially against Heihachi in Tekken 7. Like, no one. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna make a hard read, it's fine to sometimes duck against Heihachi if you think they're gonna hell sweep at the wall. But I don't know, man. I just think Tekken 7 Heihachi is whatever to me. Like, compared to Tekken 8, bro, Tekken 8 Heihachi, you can't get away from this old man. Like, you just can't, man. He is like one of the most well-rounded Mishimas now, and I just think they're slowly getting rid of his weaknesses. Like, he has a 15 frame while standing launcher now. What's next in Season 4? We might just get a standing 15 frame launcher. Maybe electric will be easier to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, and I need to be devil's advocate here, because I feel like I see a perspective you don't see. They have nerfed his tracking greatly. Greatly.
In Tekken 8?
Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, what's been nerfed when it comes to tracking? I feel like this Heihachi segment's going to go on for like 10 years, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but it's okay. No, but again, back 4. Like, back 4 is a god button in Tekken 7. It's a flawless homing move.
But I feel like,
again, it's a mid counter hit launcher for a ton of damage, knocks down a normal hit, it wall splats, it has tremendous range. Like, that completely changes how a character operates when it comes to tracking. And Tekken 8 Heihachi has lackluster tracking on a ton of moves. It's like you said, like, oh, back 2 at the wall is threatening, or like back 2 is +1 on block. Back 2 has 0 tracking to either side. It's piss easy to step, and again, he's going to have to rely a lot on, like, I think he's going to step left, back 4. I think he's going to step right, forward 3. But the true homing buttons, like up forward 4, is bad. If you get floated out of that, you die. It's slow-ish. And then you have 14 frame start up back 3-3, which is good, but it's only utilities up close. So I do think you have tracking problems on this character that you didn't have before. And they've also slowed down his poking in that, jab jab is -5, down forward 1 is -5. So they try to make him a little bit clunkier and more committal. They want you to commit to follow-up options a little bit more. So I would say that they are trying to give buff identity as well in certain areas, in my opinion. And also like demon uppercut, in like Tekken 7 is like pseudo homing. It hits behind Heihachi, and it has a ton of pushback on block. And they completely got rid of this in Tekken 8, which I thought was a great change, personally.
In my honest opinion, I think Tekken 8 Heihachi doesn't have tracking issues. I think even the poking side of things, I think he's still a machine when it comes to poking in Tekken 8, in my opinion. Like, when it comes to tracking side of things, like, single hell sweep still exists, down forward 1-1 still exists, down forward 1-2 still exists, 4-3, back 4. Like, if you, honestly, this is something I say, if you whiff back 4 with Heihachi, it's literally a skill issue. And of course, people will probably step it now and again, depending on the skill level you're playing at.
Yeah.
But I still think, bro, Tekken 8 Heihachi is something else, bro, man. I just don't know. I don't even think about Tekken 7 Heihachi anymore, because Tekken 8 Heihachi is that good, I swear. He's just too good. And bro, Rage Drive, Tekken 7 Rage Drive, nah, man. I don't think Tekken 7 Heihachi Rage Drive is that good. It's great, but it's just whatever compared to his Heat Smash. It's accessible at any time when you pop Heat, 15 frame, like. Still wall breaks, balcony breaks, floor blasts, wall blasts, can go into stances. Like, I just think the utility when it comes to Heihachi's moves in Tekken 8, there's so much more utility, and the risk reward is way better.
I mean, I'm not trying to argue that Heihachi is useless here. I think he's the strongest Mishima, and I think he's top 10. But again, like, launching jabs have no place in Tekken, as far as I'm concerned. I didn't like it on Akuma. I don't like it on Hwoarang in Tekken 8. I don't like it on Law in Tekken 8, doing his G-Clef 1-1-1 in Heat that launches. I'm just saying Heihachi had a launching jab in Tekken 7, but it's 70% of your health bar and was +9 on block and was counter it confirmable. Yeah. Like, I just, to me, it's just like, that does not belong in Tekken, full stop. So, but that's a hill I will die on. So you and I will just have completely opposite points of view on that. But Tekken 8 Heihachi is super strong. I agree with you. But I think he has more tracking problems due to not having a God mode back 4. And he relies more on hard reads now, in my opinion. I think it's completely, as you said, like, back 4, that shouldn't whiff. It's a skill issue. But you are highly skilled and you see how your opponent, their timing and how they're moving. And you can make sure back 4 doesn't whiffs. But that's still more skillful than spamming a perfect homing mid constantly where you don't have to worry too much. But that's just my point of view.
Well, I mean, at least we can agree that Heihachi is S-tier and the best machine. in Tekken.
Oh, he is. But I think Jin is very close. I think. You don't think so?
No, I think Reina is so slept on. I will die on this hill. I think this character is so good. I swear. Like, what doesn't Reina have? Reina's one of the most well-rounded characters as well. Like, loopable offense where she can just continue to snowball you. Insane punishment. I think movement is so good with Reina as well. Her having that small hitbox as well. I feel like she can evade so much. Has some great moves in general. Great pokes. Stance really good. Heat Smash, not the best. But, like, her heat moves make up for it,
Yeah.
Overall, I think such a good character, honestly. Like, if it wasn't for Heihachi coming back to Tekken 8, I would still be playing a lot of Reina, because I think this character, if you put in the time and effort, it's worth it. But again, she does fall under, when it comes to the tournament side of things, it's a lot of risk reward, but I think it's worth it,
Okay. I also think Reina is slapped on, which is funny considering she's one of the most popular characters in terms of pick rates. Of course, you don't see her in tournaments, and I think it's because she's just too difficult to play. That's the vibe I've always gotten from Reina. Like, you need insane mechanical skill. You have to hit very tough confirms. She's always gambling her health bar. I think the risk reward is against her a lot of the time, as crazy as that might sound. but relies a lot on hard reads. There's a big move list that has to come together to make the character work. And at the end of the day, you could say potentially that, like, oh, she might be better than Heihachi, maybe slightly better. Maybe you could argue that, but she is so much harder to play than Heihachi. Like Heihachi is a hard character, but you get away with murder in certain instances with that heat smash, with some of the buttons that are just like, again, you're just farting around, spamming them quite a bit. But with Reina, I feel like you always need to be on top of the ball, execution-wise and strategy-wise. So I think she's held back a lot by difficulty, in a way that doesn't help her. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I do agree with you that she snowballs super hard. When she gets the right reads, she just cuts you down, like step by step, and strong pit bull offense, like strong poking. But I think her lows are very lackluster. I think she also has a little bit of tracking issues, relies a lot on like War God kick, I think, to shut down tracking, or maybe back two. But I super agree with you that she's slept on, but I think she's like too difficult to play.
Yeah, I think her lows are the only weakness I can think of. Like, Hell Sweep, big risk, of course. Sidestep 4 I think isn't too bad. I think Sidestep 4 is a good low. You can mix it up with Sidestep forward 4 and stuff like that. Down back 4, of course, is a great string as well. Counter confirmable into the follow-up. But yeah, I think very difficult. But I think, honestly, I think she's way better than Jin. Way better. She also has a parry as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think she's better than Jin, honestly. Might be a hot take, but I don't care,
Okay. If I were to place the Mishimas, I would say Heihachi followed by Jin. I will absolutely listen to someone who says, oh, Jin is better than Heihachi. And I do think, if it was my list, I would probably go like Heihachi, Jin, Reina, Kazuya, Devil Jin. I think Reina is strong. But again, Jin, I honestly can't think of a more well-rounded character. And I think, with Tekken 8, they gave him... There's all kinds of new utility we could talk about, like having a Samsara, a dive kick, increased Zen mix-up utility, right, from Zen stance. But for me, it goes a long way, like what they did to his jab and down forward 1, like how much more range those moves have, and what they did to his lows, or like his 12 frame. He didn't have a 12 frame before, punish. Very poor one. He did like forward 3. But now they gave him like, back 1-2, which is like super long range, chunky damage, wall splats from very far away. He's just so fucking all round as a character. And I think his combos are very strong. Like his punish is almost second to none in my opinion. Like 2-4, 10 frame wall splat. In the neutral, you get a Zen mix with very heavy frames. Can, in my opinion, is one of the best whiff punishers, one of the best -15 punishers. Again, like flawless 12 frame punish. He has a perfect electric now at 13. He has a while standing 2 14 frame launcher. He has a while standing 4-4 11 frame punish that's super strong. He has while standing 1-2 for 13. His parry, I think, is still very good if a player is extremely strong. What you can do with that, like potentially getting, a full can launch. He still has very strong evasive buttons. I think his poking is kind of flawless. They nerfed 2-1-4, but I still think like back to 1 is so strong. I think back 4-2-3 is a super underrated string. Mid natural. The second hit is a counter hit launcher. If you go into Zen, it's +2 on block. And his Zen options are so strong now. I don't know. He also used to struggle, with Oki quite a bit. And now he has Scourge, down 2 to slap people on the ground. Dive kick is kind of obnoxious. Still has a perfect throw game. I think it hurt him losing the wall splat heat smash. And I do think his heat is not that good. But I honestly, at the end of the day, like all you need, and his demon point is so strong. Like the fact that he has a demon point heat that's a launcher and +5 on block, at the end of the day, it's just one of the dumbest additions we ever did to Tekken. Oh, I have a launching demon paw that's +5 on block. Kazuya has the same thing. You know, plenty of characters have this, and it's like, it's so overpowered, you can't believe it's in the game. And I think Jin has good 50-50 utility. I think his Hell Sweep is good. I think his Forward Foot 3 is good. CD1, etc. So I don't know. I think Jin is difficult now in Season 3. It's not Season 1 Jin anymore, but I just think he has everything you would want in a character. So I think there's an argument for him being better than Heihachi. But I see your argument for Reina as well. But I think she's too difficult, and I think at the end of the day, she requires a lot of hard reads. Like, she has a lot of situations, in my opinion, where to break your guard, she's going to gamble doing a Hell Sweep, or she's gonna gamble doing her, you know, fucking Heaven's Wrath throw at the wall to try and get you to interact more, not just stand guard all the time. And I think the risk-reward is quite bad. So I think she gambles a lot. I don't know how you feel.
I agree with the gambling part, but I think Jin's just got way too many nerfs, man. And something that like a lot of the tournament players do say is like a lot of Jin's lows are reactable. Like, I mean, there's only a select few that can react to like Jin's lows, right? Like down back 4, down 2 and whatnot. And Hell Sweep as well. But I honestly think Jin got nerfed. He got nerfed way too much, man. They killed off so much. I think poking wise, genuinely, I think Reina's better. Like, I think Reina's down forward 1 is crazy. Her jabs are insane, in my opinion. People don't talk about Reina's jab hitbox and like tracking as well. Reina might have a tracking weakness, but again, moves like back 2 are great. She does have 3-2 and 3-4 as well. In heat, I think Reina's way better. While standing punishment, in my opinion, Reina way better. Overall combo damage, wall carry, Reina clears Jin, in my opinion, now, especially after the tailspin nerf to Jin's 2-4. I agree that Jin is more well-rounded. I agree that Jin is easier to play. But honestly, I think Reina is the stronger Mishima. But again, she is harder to play. Risk reward as well is kind of not that great. But if you do take those risks, you will prosper, you know?
So again, regarding the whole, you know, Jin has no lows. So I find this to be a ridiculous statement, but it's been thrown around by a lot of people. I believe even FDX, correct me if I'm wrong, said that along like Season 1. Like, Jin can't be top tier because he has no lows. Like, there are a few players who have claimed to be able to react to Jin's down back 4 and Jin's Hell Sweep. Maybe Arslan or Lowhigh can do it on a good day, and maybe in a, you know, controlled environment, maybe in practice mode against the dummy who's recorded doing those. I have never ever seen in a real setting someone systematically reacting to down back 4, be it Kazuya or Kazumi's or Jin's Hell Sweep. When I have seen Arslan Ash play against Devilster or Raef or Book, he has always eaten the Hell Sweeps. He has eaten down back 4. I've never seen that he like systematically blocks that. And then as for Jin's Scourge, which is 22 frame startup, 99% of players, even pros, would eat that and not block it on reaction. But that move, there are people absolutely who block on reaction at 22 frames, which is still incredible. So I'm team Boomer here. I'm team Ni, you know, who says 23 frames, like Heihachi is down back 2. That's the cutoff for 99% of people in terms of reactability. With enough practice and muscle memory, you will be able to block Heihachi's down back 2. But that's still difficult to do. But when you're at 22 frames, now you're looking at young men with exceptional reaction speed. They can block 22 frames. But when we are in the realm, and that's 1 frame of difference, but when we are in the realm of 20 frames, I have never seen anyone be able to do it. So yeah, for me, Jin down 4 is very much a real low. The Hell Sweep is very much a real low, and in my opinion, those are potent lows. I think the Hell Sweep, it doesn't launch anymore, but it's still a strong low. And I think he has a really good low kit. It's like down 4. I feel people don't talk about down 4
It's
enough.
so good, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so fast, great reach, it's grounded, it's quite evasive. Yeah, it's only -12. It's fantastic. So now, in my opinion, like Jin, very good. But I think an interesting point along the Mishimas right now is that I don't think they've ever been as close in like strength level. At least as far as I see it. Like with Heihachi, Reina, and Jin, I can absolutely see people go like, well, I think he's stronger, she's stronger, or he's stronger. There's an argument for all of them. And then I think Kazuya is just slightly lower. Like Kazuya, in my opinion, you shouldn't play in a tournament, but he's strong. Like, and then below that, I would have Double Jin, as I do believe he's like the weakest in the game, but he can still do a few things, right? So that's something I like about the Mishimas currently, in that they're pretty fucking close.
I definitely agree. I understand what you're saying about the Jin, the blocking lows and stuff, but honestly, I have seen a ton of players like literally react to like Hell Sweep down to. Of course, in tournament it's a bit harder as well, and they're not going to consistently block it every single time, you know, because of course there is like a timing to it. Sometimes they'll change their timing with waivus and whatnot. But I think like lows like down 2 definitely reactable. Yeah, like it's weird because you could say Jin is better than Reina, you could say Reina is better than Jin. Yeah. But like I think when it comes down to both of them, it's like the lows side of things. But of course, I think Jin has the better lows than Reina, which is why I'd probably put Jin over Reina.
Okay. So you put Jin over Reina.
That's the only thing I would say is better, and maybe Jin's parry is better than Reina's, and Jin's heat smash. Like I think when it comes to punishment, I think Reina's way better.
Okay.
Movement as well, I think Reina's movement is way better. Of course, loopable, snowballing offense, Reina I think takes that easy. Heat moves, Reina takes that easy. I think, of course.
He definitely she dumpsters Jin, I would say. I think his heat was carried by that heat smash. I know everyone is gonna agree here, and whatever they've given him to try and compensate is just nowhere near as good. But he should never have had that, I think. When it comes to punish, like I don't know, like his 10 frame can wall splat is very strong. His back 1-2 is insane. He has a 14 frame launcher from crouching. I think his can is fantastic. So I don't know if like Reina is clearly better in punish, in my opinion. I still think Jin, pound for pound, has some of the best punishment in the game. But you know, it's subjective. But yeah, there are plenty of things Reina would do better than Jin. I think maybe his 50-50 utility is better than Reina's. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, I agree. I think punishment is very close between the two, especially standing punishment.
Yeah.
I think Reina's 1-1-2 is great. Can go into stance as well, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And you can choose not to go into stance. So at the world, sometimes I just do 1-1-2 with Reina and hold back, and then I just mix it up with forward 4 or a hell sweep. Like stuff like that is something to also think about. I think Reina's down forward 1-2 does have some hitbox issues. Sometimes the 2 whiffs off axis and stuff. But I think down forward 1-2, great heat engager, great 13 frame. Her down for 1 hitbox is pretty good as well. I feel like people don't talk about it enough. Again, her down for 1.
I agree. She has huge reach on that.
She could do down forward 1-1. She could do down forward 1 into the forward roll, the forward spin, sorry. And she can either do an option from there, which is what people like Yagami do, or you can do down forward 1 forward spin into nothing. Like all these little things I think are really important when you play a character like Reina to really overwhelm your opponent. You see people like Corrales, for instance, he beat Ni, and when you see the way he plays Reina, it's just insane, you know. People like Abid Rajput, who also beat Arslan 2-0, Arslan's Nina. Like, Arslan had no idea what to do against his Reina. He was just like doing everything, like the spins and everything, and yeah, it's pretty close, man. It's 50-50. I'm not sure. I think maybe Jin takes it because he's more well-rounded. The lows, Jin has better lows. But I think everything else Reina does better?
I mean, like, you know, as you said, there's so many strengths to Reina, but so why do you think no one plays her?
Too difficult, especially this character.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, those are the main reasons. I feel like if I was to play a Mishima, right, the way I look at characters is how cool they are and how fun they are to play. I can't just play top tiers. The character has to gel with me. So characters like Heihachi I find super cool and fun. Characters like Kazuya and Devil Jin super cool and fun. But characters like Jin, to me, so boring. It's so boring. Reina is fun as well, but she doesn't have that same satisfaction as Kazuya or Devil Jin, for instance.
Yeah, I agree. I just think at the end of the day, just like we observe that no one plays Reina in tournaments, and even though she is a strong character, but I just feel like at the end of the day when we make tier list, we have to factor in as one of our considerations like the difficulty of piloting the character.
Definitely.
It's a bit like in Tekken 7, like everyone knew after a while how broken Akuma was after Super Akuma shows up. And when Pakistan puts him on the map with Avais Hani and Atif Bhat and Farzin and all, the entire gang, right? But still, so few people dabbled with him because of a mechanical skill involved. There was no doubt he operated in a different universe. He's the best in the game, but he is tough to play. But when Leroy shows up, or like Kuni, and while Kuni is not as strong as Akuma, anyone can pilot Kuni. So for 99.99% of players, you went with Kuni. And also, like, when you play in a stressful tournament format, my God, nerves can get to you. You start dropping shit. So that's why, like, high mechanical skill or a high strategy is not, like, something you want basic when you play in a tournament. Like, you want basic. So if someone said, like, you know, arguably Noctis and Kuni are better in Tekken 7 due to being so fucking brain dead, there is an argument to be had. And I feel like this sort of weighs in on Reina in Tekken 8, in my opinion. It turns into this whole, well, why would I play Reina? Because she's so fucking, she's so much work. Mechanical and strategy, where it's like, Heihachi is probably better and he's easier, in my opinion. Like, easier strategy, easier execution, revolves around a few moves, block my heat smash at the wall. There's not a whole lot of like big strategic calls to be made. There's a little bit more of autopilot in that character, or like, you know, down for 1-2, down for 1-2. So in my opinion, that stuff like that has to factor in when you make a tier list, and that's where I think like Reina comes down a notch in that. I just think she is too difficult, and that's why I think we've seen her, Yagami, but he's like beyond God mode. You've seen Ulsan play her like once or twice as a backup. But I think the difficulty is a consideration, and I think that holds her back a bit. And I do think she's harder to play than Jin, for example. And I think that's a strength of Jin's, that he's not super easy, but again, he's not that difficult either, and I think that plays into him.
Yeah, I do agree. I think some people will probably say, I have a feeling some people will probably say that they find Reina easier to play than Jin, because like 4-4-2, you know, CD3, Hell Sweep, like those are some of the main like offensive tools, I guess, and even like running 3, running 4. So it's hard, man. I don't know where I'd put like Reina and Jin. Like, I don't know if I'd put Reina first or Jin first. It's so difficult, man.
I think people can get very emotional around characters in the game, and they feel Reina is spammy, and I get annoyed at her at times as well. I just think like, I think win-loss ratio counts for something, and she's like bottom 1, or it's Kazuya, and you never see her in tournaments. So, and from what I've observed from playing her and her gameplay, she's certainly not easy. But yeah, I just I think people get very emotional with the characters, and you feel she's just bum rushing you. But I just don't think there's any scenario where you feel like she's easy or brain dead. But again, I don't play the character right myself. But
have you ever played her?
No, I've played her. She's just not in my rotation. I have my characters I play, and it's quite a few of them, so I don't play Reina myself.
So Jin in S tier, then Reina?
Oh God, I can't even see. Can you share your screen with me, JoKa?
Oh, can you
I
not
can
see
the
it?
trailer. I don't see it.
Okay, you should be able to see it now.
I can't.
You still can't? The stream.
No, I only see your profile picture. Am I stupid?
Yeah, I think you
No,
are.
no, yeah. That's me being a boomer. Sorry. Oh, watch stream. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm beyond boomer.
It's okay. We're both boomers.
I'm 40 years old, JoKa. I'm dying.
Bro, I'm 30 next year, bro. It's crazy, man.
God, 30. God, you're so fucking old. Don't talk to me.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's crazy.
But okay, now I see the list. So yeah, Heihachi in S, I agree. In A, I would probably put Jin and Reina.
Do you think Jin and Reina should be an S, or you think they should be an A?
I think only Jin can be in S. But again, I don't believe him to be... If we're only rating the Mishimas in a vacuum, you can put him in S. But I would never call Jin S if we made like we take into account the power scaling of all the characters. To me, he would be A, because I don't think he's top 10.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Jin's top 10 as well.
Yeah. But if you want to keep this Mishima only, you can absolutely put him in S just to get more of a distinction between the characters. But would you want to put Reina in S as well, or?
Honestly, I would put Reina in S, yeah. But like,
okay.
I think since Jin and Reina are so close, maybe we should just put them in A. Because I think Heihachi just clears like Reina and Jin, right? I mean, I think Reina, in my opinion, is closer to Heihachi than Jin is. But of course, there are some things that we spoke about, like ease of play, lows, tracking, and so on, that Jin does better, you know?
Yeah, just to be super obnoxiously anal with you, the way I see it with what you just said, I would add an S+, put Heihachi there, and then put Jin and Reina in S, and then Kazuya in A and Devil Jin in B.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
Yeah, that to me would be like, okay, correct.
I mean, I could do that. But the thing is, which one do I put first, Jin or Reina? Maybe Jin.
I think Jin, yeah. He's just too all round, and he's a bit easier. He's not easy, but he's easier than Reina. He's a little bit more streamlined, straightforward, has an answer for everything.
Okay.
I think his biggest problem is probably the heat, right?
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, they gave him the forward 1+2 and the new down forward 2 heat move, which is okay, but you know, it's nothing too good, I guess.
You can still step at his weak side. You just step it to the right, and it has like no tracking. So yeah, not super good, and consumes a lot of heat. I mean, it's still a wall splat, but yeah, I just don't see Jin's use that. So yeah, I think Jin in A there is great, followed by Reina, and then Kazuya is going to have to be, for me at least, a step below them in B, and then Devil Jin yet again a step below Kazuya.
So
exactly.
Let's talk about Kazuya. What do you think are the weaknesses of Kazuya then? Because I think Kazuya is very good, but again, very hard, very difficult, and again, I still think his heat burst is terrible, and his combos in general so difficult. Like, you had to put in so much effort in general just to make a character like Kazuya work, you know?
Yeah, no, he's super difficult. I think hardest characters in the game, it's like him, Reina, and then Devil Jin, if you're playing at like Evo. If you're like, you know, intermediate player, or, you know, early high level, you can still blow everyone up with Devil Jin because people don't know the matchup, and he can be obnoxious. But I think Kazuya is the most painful character to play in this game, because he's basically hold the mix. Kazuya is solid and strong when he has momentum. Like, he knocks you down, he does his blender, I think his heat is very strong, but he's a sitting duck in this game where everyone is mashing like crazy, and most of the time he's just holding the mix. You are blocking, and you feel also that he's a very conventional character, and that he doesn't have an install, he doesn't have a G-clef, he doesn't do absurd things from a jab, he doesn't have stances. He's just basically a core, I'll counter hit you, Or in the neutral, I'll try and electric you with strong timing or keep out, and then I'll check you with a Devil Fist. If we're up close, I can try and check you with down back 4, which is a great low poke that has decent tracking, right? But like outside of that, it's just land up, punish, knock them down, and then do the blender. But lives and dies by his Hell Sweep a lot, in my opinion. And, you know, still is countered by stepping towards the left. He has options to deal with that. But at the end of the day, he does not have a poking. He does not have a rush down. He holds the mix a lot. No evasive panic buttons. No bullshit, really. And I think it's... You can't base a strong character on a 50-50 at the end of the day. That's not going to make you win tournaments.
Yeah.
If it's 50% I win and 50% I die, that casino gamble is just not going to pay out when in a tournament you're going to play against 10 different people. You don't want to gamble like that. So living and dying by a Hell Sweep just doesn't work, in my opinion, for a strong character. But that's not to say he's bad. He's A tier. When he gets going, it's a disgusting mix. If a Kazuya player is unpredictable with good reads, he can fuck you up with those Hell Sweeps and forward 3 and Patricide Fist, especially at the wall, is a threat. I do think his best button is when he's in heat with down back 1-2. 13 frame startup, long range double mid, right? Where he wall splats you for big damage, he regains heat, shouldn't be in the game. And if it's blocked, he can visually confirm and dash out of it. And now suddenly it's not -19, it's +5. So I think Damek 1-2 carries Kazuya quite a bit there in heat. Yeah, I think he's a solid, strong character. But for those reasons, I can't put him in S. I would put him in A.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It requires a ton of effort, and again, you have to make a lot of hard reads. I think with Kazuya, you need to be more focused on and conscious about timing, spacing, especially when you're poking, when you're using those big risky moves, you know. And what you said about having to, I mean, you shouldn't focus on a 50-50 when you talk about how strong a character is. It's all about small Tekken as well. And I feel like characters like Jin Reina can do that way better than Kazuya. I do think Kazuya in heat though is of course very, very good, but again, outside of heat, not too scary. I think his Demon Port is great though. Port 2 is ridiculous in my opinion. I don't see you use that much. I remember you saying I play like a scrubby Kazuya. I feel like you have to play like a scrubby Kazuya. I remember that.
Yeah, fucking JoKa, fucking JoKa. Yeah. No, yeah, I know you. I like that for, you know, diversity and how we play the character, and you rotate like Devil Fist, yeah, Demon Paw with down back 4 a lot.
Yeah, I think it's so effective.
It's very strong. It's just that, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm more of a legacy Kazuya player, so for me it's like electric keep out, pressuring with electric, trying to get a down for 2. I mean, I also use Devil Fist, of course. It's so strong. It's very stupid, especially in heat. But so, you know, as down back 4 and Devil Fist, I would say are like, as I mean, you would say they're top 5 attacks on a character, right?
Yeah.
They're just that strong. And then, yeah, again, before I said, like, you know, yeah, I don't want to come off as a down player and say he has no bullshit, because, like, you know, Chic Wave,
so
Reversal Explosion, like -9 on block, reversal attempt, mid AoE, hits behind him, hits on the ground. So, yeah, it's just, all in all, yeah, he's a struggle to play. And it's so cool to see K-Escape play him, you know. But I think there's a very clear distinction between him and the characters that are above him now on the list.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like if you play Kazuya in tournaments, you're aura farming or you just really like Kazuya, you know. I feel like, again, with Kazuya, the way I think about Mishima's, right, is why would you play like Devojin or Kazuya? I know they're very cool characters, right, when it comes to design and stuff, and they're satisfying to play, especially when you win with them. But why would you play Devojin or Kazuya when you can play one of these 3, you know, like Heihachi, Jin, and Reina, you know?
Yeah, no, it's just it's loyalists.
Yeah.
I think that all the Kazuya players, like, they are hyper passionate about the character. I mean, it's like, I know you like the dev portal a lot, and I know you've spent 5 hours per day on it. Please, Bandai Namco, yeah. No, but if you've seen what it looks like statistically on that portal, it's like a big... Kazuya has like 1 billion chats, where people have given feedback, way above most characters. I think it's like Kazuya, Reina, and Brian at the top. And he was like the most played character, I think, in season 2. I think it was like 4.5% usage rate. So I feel like a lot of people just really, really like Kazuya, and they think he's super cool, and I'm one of them, and that's why I want to play him. He's so fucking cool. Love his new model in this game. He just looks so slick, and he's so fun to play. So you don't give a shit that you take it up the ass a lot, or like you hold the mix forever. You're just blocking, looking to maybe get a duck twin piston, or can I flash punch interrupt this? You don't give a shit because he's so cool, and I just think a lot of Kazuya players are like super devoted to that character, and so are Jin players, of course. And Devil Jin, it's the same. Like, people are very passionate about the character, but I also feel like he's annoying. Like, he's an annoying mosquito flying around, at Samsara, back free, and fucking Morning Crow, to the point where a lot of people in intermediate ranks, I think, actually believe he's very strong. They'll be like, I hear all the time, like, oh, you're downplaying Devil Jin. He's like top 5. Have you seen his Hell Sweep? Have you seen his damage? His combo Ender on the Wall, where he does the Tormentor into guaranteed back 4. So I think to a lot of intermediate players, they feel legit he is strong, but that's due to a lot of people not knowing the matchup, or in blue ranks, Samsara or back free, they don't really get punished, So he's very fun, I think, for a lot of people. It's just that Devil Jin, once you start playing him in like the highest ranks, it's like torture to play. Torture. Because yet again, this lives and dies by a blender, in my opinion. Where Kazuya can even do down back 4, I think Devil Jin is completely forced to just throwing Hell Sweeps. And then his mids are so trash.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like Devil Jin, I feel like all the Mishimas, right, they're very annoying to play against, and they're not really weak. I feel like they are pretty strong. But when you look at them, comparatively, I feel like Devil Jin is definitely weaker than like Kazuya, Reina, Jin, and Heihachi, of course. I feel like Devil Jin has a lot of weaknesses. I think he has a ton of tracking issues as well. Mids aren't the best as well. Yeah. In Heat, I think he's not too bad in Heat, in my opinion. I think the Morning Crow mix is a bit jarring. Heat Smash is... Heat Smash is okay as well. The new Heat Hell Sweep is pretty good. They even buffed his punishment for some reason whilst trying to use I-14. They gave him Perfect Electric as well. It's easier to do as well, right? I think, or something like that. Or it's easier to do CD3+4, I think. You can do CD3+4.
Yeah, the knee is easier now, yes.
So his combos are better now and easier to do. Still has the spike combo as well, which is pretty cool, I think. It's one of the coolest spike combos, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Devil Jin just doesn't have much going. But again, I think he's very jarring to fight, man. Very, very jarring.
Yeah, no, I agree with what... No, he can be jarring and stressful, but at the end of the day, I just think he sucks. It's like you said, like tracking problems. The mids are very underwhelming. He has to go with... Kazuya doesn't have to go unsafe with his power mids, but Devil Jin, when he wants to launch you, he typically does while standing 2, and he's -12. And again, his god-awful down for the 1, like terrible hitbox, -6 on block, just doesn't cut it in this game. And like, he commits to a follow-up like down for the 1-2. If they duck, he dies. Down for the 1-4, -13 on block. The counter hit utility ain't that good, to the point where a lot of Devil Jins are like throwing Steel Pedal in the neutral for a counter hit launcher, or like back 1+2 to get some frames going. I think Shackle is a move that's worth mentioning, just what it does to the neutral. It's fucking laser hand that just tags you like fucking 5 meters away. Insane tracking. But at the end of the day, if you duck that, he dies. So it's like...
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, and I also agree with you. Like, but probably the most jarring thing he has is when he's in heat and he's like morning crowing you on wake up, and he does the untakeable throw or he does 2-2, and it's cancer. It's pretty cancer. But all in all, I feel like he gambles his health bar way too much. He's way too 50-50 reliant, even more than Kazuya. Like, even more than Kazuya, he has to 50-50, and he dies if he gets it wrong. And the mids are kind of crap. The poking is kind of crap. A lot of it is just mental stack, like knowledge check. Yeah, it's just pound for pound, I think might just be the weakest in the game.
Yeah, I agree. Very annoying though. I mean, I understand the live and die by the blender, but I just get a very bad feeling when I get hit by his health sweep. I don't know what it is, man. It's just so jarring getting hit by his health sweep.
Yeah, but to me, it's just it's the same jar you feel every time you get launched in Tekken 8. It just lasts forever.
I just feel like I feel like dodging health sweep is something else though.
Yeah, but it just lasts forever. He health sweeps you. Like, it does like 50 damage, but the mental damage is fucking huge because it never ends. Like, yeah. So that's why I think he feels obnoxious. Like, he does a low, you're in the air for like 5 seconds. He does a mid, you're in the air for like 7 to 8 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely have a lot of respect for people that play Devil Jin and Kazuya, you know, honestly.
No, I do as well. Don't wanna suck my own penis too much here. But I like those characters a lot. I think they are rare examples of like Tekken 8 done really well. But honestly, I'm starting to come around on Jin as well. And again, I love Reina. Like, I don't play her, but I think she's the greatest newcomer ever. I think she's really cool, and I think they did a great job with her her move list. Like, one shits a lot on Tekken 8 and its developers, but I think they worked hard on her, and I think it's clear it was a passion project. And I think that was clear from first time watching her trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Reina's definitely one of the best newcomers, and her being like a new Mishima as well, added to the family, is pretty cool. But yeah, I guess this is our tier list. I mean, we both agree with this, right? S plus Heihachi, S, Jin, and Reina.
Oh, wait, we actually agree. So we agree.
But the thing is, yeah, we finally agree on something. I just think that these two, they're like just so close. I like, again, Reina I could put before Jin, but again, it's difficult, you know?
No, but I agree with you. I think you made a great case there.
Yeah. I mean, I always make great cases. It's just you don't listen to them sometimes.
Oh, JoKa. Oh my.
But yeah, guys, this is our tier list. Man, I really appreciate you coming on and, you know, doing this video with me, and of course talking about the future of Tekken and season 2 and whatnot. Honestly, it does mean a lot. I really appreciate it, and of course I respect you as well. I appreciate everything you've done for the community and still doing for the community. Any last words?
No, it's just it's my honor and pleasure, really, and it's been super fun having this conversation with you. And I super look forward to seeing your content now, as you're going all in at content creation, and it seems really good job on everything. So looking forward to see you grow there.
Yeah, thank you, man. Just make a few more hot takes on Heihachi so I can react to
it. You can just shit on me. Yeah. But I will. I promise. Yeah.
But thank you again, guys. I hope you like this video. Make sure you check out, of course, MainMan socials. I will leave them in the description down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. So if I was to ask you, what are the 3 main changes that you would like from Tekken 8? Like, immediate, prioritize these changes. What would they be?